Yes, what's good? We're back again for another My 2pence. It's your boy Jedi. I'm here. I'm going through all the week's topical topics. Topical topics. Do you know what I mean? Some news pieces and whatever I want to comment on, innit? So there's no rules. So don't be surprised if there's anything in there that weren't in the last one. Basically, you know what? We got a lot to get through, so I'm gonna try and keep it choppy and brief, trying to keep this one down. So yeah, man, get yourself ready, and yeah, let's get into My 2pence. I need some intro music or something, like something. Make something happen behind me. Pause or something. Anyway, let's get to the first bit. So last week I told you Stormzy was getting some criticism for his link up with Team MacD's. You know what I mean? He linked up, he done the Stormzy meal, some nuggets and some stuff and whatever. And people was like, yo, I thought you was repping for Palestine. How you messing with MacD's? And you know, everyone was crying. Stormzy, we love you. Stormzy, we thought you was our guy. We thought you was repping. And eventually Stormzy's come out with his response. And he's just said, yo, I still fuck with Palestine. Palestine is still my dogs. But I'm getting money with MacD's. I've researched the thing. They're not making me do anything I don't want to do. Yada, yada, yada. Stop twisting the narrative.
And McDonald's, during the same time, were actively supporting and giving free meals to the very same people committing those heinous crimes against Palestine. They were supporting Izzy's. Fast forward to last week, shall we say, Stormzy removed that post, which didn't look good. The optics didn't look good. And he collaborated with McDonald's, the very same company that were getting boycotted by a lot of people because people weren't happy with their decision to support the Izzy's. Do you understand? Cool. So you're all caught up. Well done. You're paying attention. Now, Stormzy received backlash because of this. It didn't look good. As I said, the optics were a bit weird. People were saying that he sold out. People were saying that everyone's got a price. And I'm one of those people that held him accountable. It's the internet. People have opinions. I've got opinions about people. I talk about people. People talk about me. It is what it is. We still have to hold these people accountable. Anyway, Stormzy has released a statement now. The statement didn't even say anything. So we're going to read it right now. As you can see on your screen, it says, "Hey guys, I wanted to address some twisted narrative that has been circulating online this past week. Firstly, I didn't archive the post where I came out in support of Palestine for any reason outside of me archiving loads of Instagram posts last year. In that post, I spoke about #FreePalestine, oppression and injustice, and my stance on this has not changed. The brands I work with can't tell me what to do and don't tell me what to do, otherwise I wouldn't work with them. I do my own research on all the brands that I work with, gather my own information, form my own opinion, and come to my own conclusion before doing business. I'm writing this because I know there are people out there who have supported me and rooted for me who are genuinely confused and hurt by what they think has happened." I want to give those people clarity, so I hope this helps. I understand it must feel disappointing and disheartening when it seems like someone you've championed has compromised their beliefs for commercial gain, but this isn't the case here. Social media and the internet quickly pass judgment without full context. While I want to continue to be open and honest, I prefer not to respond immediately to every misunderstanding or clear up every false narrative that surrounds my name. Lots of love, Storms. So first things first, what has he cleared up here? He has not cleared up anything. And we're going to break it down what he said. He's cleared up absolutely nothing. And I must admit, I do find it frustrating. Don't get me wrong. The internet is fugazi. The internet is a hostile place full of opinions that are irrelevant and people jump to conclusions. I get that. But Stormzy, one, whether you like it or not, you are a role model to people. You are a celebrity. And while it's not fair that you're held to a different standard, you just are. You know what I'm saying? Like when you've got millions of followers, people that look up to you, you're held to a different standard. It's the reason why companies and businesses pay you to be the face of their business, because they wouldn't pay you if they don't think it will generate more revenue for them. You understand? But I don't like it when people say, oh, the internet just run with a twisted narrative. Bro, look at the optics. This isn't just the internet making stuff plucking things out of thin air. The optics don't look good.
So there you have it. The big man's spoken. Big Mike has spoken, and he said he still reps Palestine. He didn't delete the post. He just archived it. He archived the bag of posts. It's got nothing to do with it being a day before he announced the McDonald's deal. And yeah, mind your own business. Stop pocket watching. Stop idolizing. Stop caring what these people are doing, whether it's good or bad. Do your own thing and watch your pockets. You get me? And how many of you had a sneaky MacD's this week? You get me? I even had some MacD's fries, I can't even lie. And I don't even eat MacD's. So I was in there cracking up, looking at the Stormzy bags. Everyone had a Stormzy bag. All the bags said Stormzy on it. Mud. So yeah, that's that story, man. Let me move to the next one, man. Alright, so there's a company called Clone Robotics. Obviously the video is going to be up there. Clone Robotics have created I think they're calling it an android with a skeletal muscular system that's similar to humans. They're calling it the first bipedal, which means walking on two legs, anatomically kind of correct. So I don't know why they don't just want a little robot now they want one that's got joints and muscle connections and things like that. I'm not sure why they're doing that.
Clone Robotics just unveiled its full-bodied synthetic human, and of course it's creeping people out. The startup, which operates out of the United States and Poland, describes the android called Protoclone as faceless and anatomically accurate. Clone Robotics co-founder Danish Radhakrishna posted on the X social media platform that the introduction of Protoclone is ground zero for the age of androids. Dar Sleeper, the head of growth for OpenAI-backed startup 1X Technologies, said the design couldn't get any cooler or creepier. Others said it was nightmare material. Clone's use of the word android is notable. While all androids are technically humanoid robots, not all humanoid robots are androids. Humanoid robots can be very simple and mechanical, with aesthetics that often differ dramatically from real people. Simply put, a humanoid robot has a human form factor but still looks like a machine. Androids, on the other hand, aim to look as human as possible. They have skin, eyes, hair, and are engineered to mimic genuine facial expressions. Most of the humanoids making waves today, from the likes of Tesla, Figure, and Unitree Robotics, do not meet the technical definition of android. Exceptions include Sophia by Hanson Robotics, a mecha by Engineered Arts, hyper-realistic creations by China-based X-Robots, UB Tech's new service robot Una, and humanoids from Las Vegas-based Railbotics equipped with so-called relationship-based artificial intelligence. Clone, however, differentiates itself by straight-up saying it's working towards synthetic humans. When the startup unveiled its first torso prototype in October 2024, the design quickly drew comparisons to the host drones in the HBO show Westworld. Clone says it's building power-dense androids with anthropomorphic traits to solve everyday challenges. According to Clone, the Protoclone features a musculoskeletal design mimicking human anatomy. It boasts more than 200 degrees of freedom, 1,000 myofibers, and 500 sensors. Co-founder Radhakrishna said on X the footage is from mid-January. The prototype is powered by pneumatics, but the company plans to switch to hydraulics after further development. Clone calls the robot the world's first bipedal, musculoskeletal android, which is open for debate. For example, Kengaro, developed by the University of Tokyo's JSK lab in 2017, is widely recognized as one of the earlier musculoskeletal humanoids. The design mimics human anatomy and is notable for its unique cooling system that simulates the way humans sweat with real water.
Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure who said that's a good idea. You know, the perverts can't wait to sex off the robot gal, and I don't even know, man. And the robot man as well. Guy robots. Do robots have genders? No, robots have genders. Either way, that's what's going on. Like, you know, the future is here, innit? You know, these androids and robots accompanied with AI and that, it's going to be a mad thing in the next 20 years, I reckon, anyway. So I just thought that just looked freaky. It just looked weird. So I thought I'd share it with you lot so you lot can see it. It looks like a duppy. I don't know. So yeah, that's real quick. Clone Robotics, you know, There's got another robotics company called, is it called Boston Robotics? Boston something? They're the ones, they got these robots that are doing front flips and back flips and busting shots. Get me? Shooting the wings off a bee from 1,000 paces. And yeah, I'm sure some of these machines are going to be used to lick man down when man starts revolting and the revolution comes. Do you know what I mean? I'm ready though. As you can see, I'm in my military gear today. And yeah, watch out for the robots, man, because they're about to take over. The government have announced that they're going to be unveiling some new laws around spiking. Spiking is when some pussy put something in someone's drink and then, you know, and they don't know that's been put in their drinks. Now, let's be real. Growing up as a youngster, we always heard about women getting spiked. Yeah, Rohypnol and all these other kind of drugs. But we also realize it happens to men. In fact, I have a quick story. In my 20s, I went out with my brethren. We went out on, I think it was like a Christmas Eve. We went West End. And it was like about 5 of us. And we bought a jug of juice. And at some point, each one of us lost our memory of what happened that evening. In terms of, I remember being outside, seeing my brethren fighting. We all got into a big, massive fight. When we're trying to recap the story, everyone's got segments of the evening missing, and we were all affected. So definitely something was put into our drink. I tell you that because, you know, it was a bag of like gym going, combat fighting, aware dudes, and we got spiked. Obviously someone thought it was funny or whatnot. So imagine what happens to these young ladies and that. Be careful. You go into people's tables, you're asking for drinks and doing all these things and letting people buy you a drink. Be careful. Don't ever leave your drink unattended. I don't. Do you know what I mean? Don't matter where you are. Take your drink with you or get someone that you trust to watch over your drink, and not just like stand near your drink and actually watch over the drink, because poisoning and spiking is a serious thing. So apparently they're making it its own crime.
It can be very difficult to prove someone has been spiked. Important information if a victim wants to go to the police. Now the government is looking at providing on-site testing in nightclubs. Vince Dovey's company has already supplied kits to bars in Shrewsbury. It means if someone thinks they or a friend might have been spiked, they can get their drink tested.
The vast majority of tests are negative, but people do feel safer. Bars have seen an upturn in trade, which is important.
So how does it work? What you do is you put a straw into the drink, take out a bit of the liquid and drop it onto these 2 patches on the strip. Now you have to wait 90 seconds to see the result, whether your drink has been spiked or not. Now if it hasn't been spiked, those patches will remain the same colour. But if your drink has been spiked, the pink patch, which tests for GHB, will turn blue, and the yellow patch, which tests for ketamine and other substances, will turn orange. Research into test kits is one of the measures the government plans to introduce.
The spiking laws in England and Wales haven't been changed since the 1860s, but they are now. Here's what you need to know. Currently, spiking comes under the umbrella of a number of laws, but it's about to become its own standalone offence.
It is a huge and vast issue, the issue of violence against women and girls, from sexual offences, domestic abuse offences, spiking offences.
Do you feel the UK is becoming less safe to be a woman? Is there a lack of value that's placed on women's lives?
Look, I don't think it is becoming less safe, if I'm honest. I think it was never safe.
The new criminal offence for spiking will carry up to 10 years in prison.
It's killing everyone!
Thames Valley Police have been using these spiking detection dogs like Major. They're being used on night patrols to go up and down queues outside pubs, bars and restaurants to find potential perpetrators. Some venues are putting in preventative measures in place. So when you come and order a drink here, you can either opt to have a spiky or a toppy. The idea of this one is it goes into the top of the bottle and a straw can poke through the top. This one is made of foil. It goes over the rim of the glass and a straw pokes through it. The idea that nothing can be put inside these glasses. Whilst prevention like this is helpful, deterrent is the key. It's hoped the new law will bring clarity for both police and victims.
So apparently they're making it its own crime, which I think, yeah, why not? Do you know Do you know what I mean? Why not? Watch your drinks, family. Do you know what I mean? Watch your drinks. Yeah, and people that do the spiking thing because they can't, they're trying to get you vulnerable so they can do something to you or whatever. In Colombia, they've got many men are spiked with a thing called colospamine or something like that. And you know, a hot thing will move to you. You know what I mean? You lot will be chilling. You might go back to the crib, take her back to the crib, whatnot. When you go toilet or leave the room, she's putting something in your drink. You're drinking it. You're knocking out. She's going through your pocket. She's taking everything in your yard. She's calling like her guy to come in a car, and they take everything, man. And you can die from this stuff. So, you know, just to remind you, when it comes to spiking, it's not just men. It's not just women that need to be cautious. It's men too. But yeah, so that's it. New laws on spiking coming out. It's gonna be more of a crime than it was. Boom! I keep talking about plane crashes. Just real quick. Delta Airlines in Toronto. The plane crashed. It just took off, or it was just landing, one of the two. The plane, yeah, it was landing. The plane crashed, flipped upside down, and then now they've got footage of people on the plane surviving, and I don't know what's going on. They're saying it's now up to 85 aviation collisions and accidents happening around the world. I have no clue what's going on, but it does make you think twice about flying.
Harrowing new images tonight of that Delta jet crash at Toronto's Pearson Airport. Investigators are now reviewing this new video of Delta Flight 4819 making a hard landing on the right landing gear right there, erupting in flames and then thick black smoke. The plane then beginning to roll, those 80 passengers and crew inside. Those passengers hanging upside down by their seatbelts. The heroic flight crew helping them to get off that plane. All 80 people on board survived, at least 21 injured, 2 remaining hospitalized tonight. But with the careful guidance from that 4-member flight crew, this was a miracle that everyone survived. Tonight here, what this new video reveals about those final moments before the crash, what investigators will now be studying. ABC's Gio Benitez covers aviation. He leads us off from Toronto tonight.
Tonight, this stunning new video showing the moment that Delta Airlines flight crash landed in Toronto. Investigators now reviewing the images. Its landing gear appearing to collapse. The right wing striking the ground, sparking flames. The plane flipping onto its back. A cloud of black smoke rising into the air.
We hit the runway extremely hard and we kind of popped up and it felt like we were leaning to the left. There was a giant firewall down the side. I could actually feel the heat through the glass. And then we were going sideways. I'm not even sure how many times we tumbled, but we ended upside down. I was hanging there in my seatbelt upside down.
The footage obtained by TMZ showing the Delta regional flight from Minneapolis touching down yesterday afternoon. Passenger John Nelson describing the harrowing moments inside, suspended by his seatbelt.
At this point now, you're literally hanging upside down on this plane.
I didn't want to hit my head. I wanted to make sure, I could stay safe as much as I could and just hold on and hope that we made it through that.
Everything, drop it!
Flight attendants
Come on!
Seen standing on the ceiling of the plane, helping passengers scrambling to escape. Nelson shooting this video moments after the crash.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site.
At least 21 people injured, including a child. Patients treated for back sprains, head injuries, headaches, and nausea. But miraculously, all 80 passengers and crew were alive.
For everyone to have survived this, what does that mean to you?
I think I'm still processing it. It's when you see the videos and you live through it, nobody should have to go through that. It's crazy.
At the time of landing,
everyone that's about to fly, remember, brace, brace, brace. Pull down the oxygen mask and you might survive. I don't know. But just wanted to add another plane crash. Another one. So yeah, Toronto has been the latest that I know of. Boom. We're gonna move forward. Keir Starmer. That's the UK Prime Minister, for those that don't know, for my outside of UK family. Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, said that he's prepared to send troops to Ukraine.
For 3 years, the war in Ukraine has pitched Russia against the West. Now, for the first time, the British Prime Minister has explicitly said that he's prepared to deploy British peacekeepers in Ukraine. And he's expected to put pressure on European leaders to do the same at today's emergency summit in Paris. The Prime Minister said the UK has already committed £3 billion a year until at least 2030. But it also means being ready and willing to contribute to security guarantees in Ukraine by putting our own troops on the ground if necessary. I do not say that lightly. I feel very deeply the responsibility that comes with potentially putting British servicemen and women in harm's way. Today's meeting in Paris was called by the French president after it emerged that European leaders had not been invited to peace talks between America and Russia, which could start as early as tomorrow, and strong hints that US support could be scaled back.
I think he wants to stop fighting. I see that. We spoke long and hard. Steve Witkoff was with him for a very extended period, like about 3 hours. I think he wants to stop fighting. They have a big, powerful machine, you understand that.
Britain and France have always seen themselves as America's closest allies in Europe. But after days of chaotic briefing by the White House, both are now pushing back against Washington, insisting that peace talks must include Ukraine and its security must be guaranteed. Exactly what a European-led peace force would look like remains unclear, but the Prime Minister insists that standing by Ukraine is also to guarantee the future of Europe and ultimately our own safety.
To secure Ukraine and whatever. I don't know what the interest is in all these other countries. You need to be focusing on your own country. This Ukraine thing seems spooky. Like I've heard that Ukraine is a cover-up for weapons smuggling, arms smuggling, and under-the-counter deals. All these countries seem invested. So America's invested in now dissing the Ukraine leader, and he's dialed in Putin and had a conversation with Putin and all that. So I don't know, like UK and US, they're usually batty and bench, but they seem to be going in different directions. The world stage is being prepared for whatever they've got coming next. Do you know what I mean? The amount of money that has been sent to the Ukraine versus the homeless crisis that we have out here is a mad thing. What it would cost to house all the homeless people is a fraction of what's being spent on a war in a different country. I'll let you come to your own conclusions about that. But clearly, you know, making sure that all your citizens have a house, a roof over their head and shelter is not priority. You know, we got money for wars but can't feed the poor. A famous poet once said, and yeah, I have to agree. So I'm gonna put up a little video if it's not been up. One about the corruption to do with the Ukraine, and two, the Prime Minister of the UK making his statements about how important it is that we secure Ukraine, not only for Ukraine but for the rest of Europe, because we have to make sure the rest of Europe is safe. And I don't know, man. I just want something to kick off. Send people to the Ukraine. Like, get me? I want it to kick off. When I'm not even trying to hold back no more. Let it rain. Let it rain, because there's too many threats of wars. Let the wars start so that everyone knows where they stand and they know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Family, please do not join the military. Don't join the military. He says in his military waistcoat and hat, don't join the military. You got to be in your own army, the people's army, defending yourself and your people and your rights. But don't become a victim of some greedy people's, some evil people's foreign policy and feel like you have to defend it and go out there and put your life down, give your life up for an agenda that's way bigger than you, way bigger than any one of us can understand. Yeah, it's not the time. It's not the time or place to be joining any armies, going into anyone else's country and disturbing them. Trust me, man. Yeah? Right. 500,000 people. 500,000 people quit paying their TV license, their BBC TV license. 500,000 people and counting, probably more by this time, innit?
TV licensing have opened an investigation into 500,000 households cancelling their TV licence. TV licensing has sent out letters saying it has opened an investigation into UK households after 500,000 households cancelled their direct debits. Now here's the crazy thing. That was last year, back end of summer. As of today, even more people have cancelled the direct debits. Put the point across of why they don't need a TV licence. Many people just don't watch live TV. They just watch like YouTube, Netflix, all the other platforms, but don't watch anything live on it. Because obviously, as we know, you can watch things live on YouTube and Netflix, and people obviously didn't understand that. People were saying, oh, if you're watching YouTube, you need a TV licence. They were saying you need a TV licence if you watch things on your phone, which were live. For me personally, I think the BBC started to scrape at the bottom of the barrel with the excuses they were coming out with. Because let's have it right, they were losing a lot of money. So that's when they went on and tried to team up with Netflix and YouTube and tried to integrate it into, if you use these, you need to pay a TV licence. And some people just went, do you know what? I'm not paying it anymore. I don't like the BBC. I don't like what you do. I don't watch live TV anyway. Stick it up your backside. For me personally, I think them numbers are just going to carry on going up. Up and up and up and up. And I don't blame people. So yeah, if you don't watch live TV, go and have a look. You might not even need one. I find it mental that some people pay it and they don't even watch live TV and they don't necessarily need one. What is it this year? 179 quid or something like that? Madness.
But by the report that I saw was 500,000, but that was like a while ago. So there's more people. I'm shocked that you lot are even paying your TV license. But you lot got vaccinated, so it's not that shocking. Yeah, whoever pays a TV license is dumb. You lot sitting down watching TV. That's why they're giving you EastEnders. I see people be getting mad about, yo, EastEnders final is happening and EastEnders TV. Nah, who watches live TV? You know, most people on the Netflix, YouTube, blah, websites, their own private shit. Do you know what I mean? Who's got time to be watching like Channel 1, BBC 2? For what? What's on there? That's crazy. It's crazy to think these channels even exist, let alone people still paying. You're paying the BBC. Now snap out of it, man. More people for stop paying their TV license. That's what I'm saying, yeah? Stop paying it. And get me, stop watching TV. Turn off your TV. You know what I mean? You're on YouTube now watching me. Might as well stick to that. You get me? So, yeah, I was just surprised that 500,000 people have taken this long to stop paying their TV bill. I've never paid a TV license in my whole fucking life. Never. And I never will. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a rebel like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's the biggest rebellion, but it's the starting. People are now starting to say, right, I ain't paying this, I ain't doing that. We're moving forward. It's going to be a madness soon. Yeah? It's going to be a madness. But yeah, that was an interesting thing. I just think it's giving an indication of where the public is being encouraged to participate in civil disobediences that are controlled by the system. They're safe. It's safe to not pay your BBC license, isn't it? They probably want to get rid of the BBC now anyway. They've been exposing all the PDF files in there. They've been exposing all the effery that they do, their false journalism and fake news and whatnot. So it's about time. Everyone's woke and trendy now, so it's about time that we get rid of it for whatever or something new. Trust me, many systems are being brought down in front of us. This is the unveiling, yeah. This is the big reveal when they let you know who they are, so that you can call for their demise, so that they can insert their solution, their new suggestion to fill the void. Scientists communicate with lucid dreamers. If you don't know what lucid dreaming is, I'm gonna put up a video up here real quick. Bam, bam, bam.
Dreams provide a world in which we escape from reality into the mind and seemingly have little control over what happens. But what if you could know you were dreaming and subsequently control the dream? It turns out lucid dreaming is entirely possible, and with a little effort and practice, even you can do it. Now, some of you might be saying, I don't even dream, but the truth is everybody has about 3 to 7 dreams a night. The problem is we quickly forget them. The first strategy towards lucid dreaming is keeping a dream journal. Keeping the journal improves your ability to recall dreams and helps facilitate lucidity. So every time you wake up, write down what you can remember, even if it's nothing, just to form the habit. The next step is performing reality checks. In a dream, something as simple as reading a sentence, counting your fingers, or checking the time can often go astray. Try it right now. Look at the time, look away, and then look back. Assuming you aren't currently dreaming, the time probably stayed the same. However, in a dream, the time or the words you were reading will often completely change. The key is to do these reality checks often when you're awake. This way, they become second nature, and when you're dreaming, you're likely to perform the same test and realize that something's wrong. After this comes a technique known as mnemonically induced lucid dreams, or MILD. As you're falling asleep, begin to think of a recent dream and imagine yourself becoming lucid. The idea is to reinforce the intention to realize you're dreaming in your dream. Keep repeating the phrase, "I will have a lucid dream tonight." The highest rates of success tend to come if you wake up in the middle of the night, get up for 30 minutes, and then go back to sleep with these intentions in mind. Finally, once you've had success with MILD, an advanced technique known as wake-induced lucid dreams, or WILD, may be attempted. The idea behind this is to keep your mind aware while your body falls asleep. The risk here is that you'll experience sleep paralysis, a completely normal phenomenon that prevents your body from moving during sleep. Except you'll be awake, which can be somewhat frightening. The extra caveat with WILD is that during sleep paralysis, the brain can play tricks on you, inducing strong feelings of fear and causing hallucinations of dark and scary figures approaching you. Scientific research into lucid dreaming has provided an insight into the location of metaconsciousness in the brain, provided opportunities for dream therapy and nightmare recession, and even begged the question if sleep and wakefulness are distinct events or part of a continuum. After all, dreaming of doing something is almost equivalent to actually doing it when looking at the functional system of neuronal activity in your brain. So, are you sure you're not dreaming?
I personally, somebody that has experienced lucid dreams from a child, I do find this fascinating. I believe they know, the powers that be know more about what a dream is, what state of consciousness that is, and actually what's going on. But now, information is trickling down. So apparently there's been an experiment where they've got people within their lucid dreams to answer questions. I'm not really sure how that works.
California have made a groundbreaking breakthrough in sleep science by enabling two people to communicate with each other while asleep and dreaming. This remarkable experiment, conducted by the tech company REMspace, demonstrates the potential of lucid dreaming as a platform for dream state communication and opens the door to revolutionary applications in mental health, education, and beyond. By leveraging advanced technologies and the unique phenomenon of lucid dreaming, the researchers achieved what was once thought to be science fiction: real-time communication between individuals during sleep. Lucid dreaming occurs during the REM, rapid eye movement stage of sleep, which is characterized by vivid dreams and heightened brain activity. In this state, dreamers become aware that they are dreaming and, in some cases, can exert control over the content of their dreams. The study focused on experienced lucid dreamers capable of recognizing their dream state, a critical component of the experiment. By tapping into the unique properties of this stage of sleep, the researchers designed an intricate system to facilitate communication between dreamers. The experiment took place on September 24th and involved two participants, each located in their respective homes. The participants were connected to specialized equipment capable of monitoring brain activity and sleep patterns in real time. The system, which included sensors, Wi-Fi, and a central server, transmitted external stimuli to the dreamers and captured their responses while they remained in the dream state. Although the technical specifics of the equipment were not disclosed in detail, the setup was sophisticated enough to detect lucid dreaming states and enable interaction. The first participant entered a lucid dream, as indicated by detectable changes in brain activity captured by the monitoring system. Once in this state, the researchers introduced a specially created word, zilak, from a constructed language called Remyo. The word was transmitted to the dreamer via earbuds, allowing it to become an auditory stimulus within the dream. The dreamer, while still asleep, heard the word and repeated it aloud in the dream. The spoken word was then detected by sensors, transmitted back to the central system, and logged as part of the experiment. The second participant also entered a lucid dreaming state shortly after the first. The monitoring system identified this state and transmitted the same word, Zilak, through the participant's earbuds. Like the first participant, she heard the word and repeated it aloud within her dream. Upon waking, both participants confirmed their experiences, marking the first documented instance of two individuals successfully communicating during a dream state. The synchronized transmission and repetition of Zilak solidified the success of this extraordinary experiment. Michael Raduga, the CEO and founder of REM Space, hailed the experiment as a historic moment in the evolution of human communication. Yesterday, communicating in dreams seemed like science fiction. Tomorrow, it will be so common we won't be able to imagine our lives without this technology, Raduga remarked. He emphasized that the findings could have countless commercial and therapeutic applications, reshaping how we think about communication and interaction in the dream world.
Do you know what I mean? This is sounding a bit Inception-y. What else are they doing in people's dreams? Do you know what I mean? That's just what they're telling us about. What else are you doing in people's dreams? This is sounding a bit like Inception. But yeah, man, that's a really fascinating subject. Dreaming and lucid dreaming is a very fascinating subject. And yeah, the barrier between dream state and conscious state is obviously very, very, very thin. Like for instance, you could be dreaming and hear someone calling your name and wake up and someone's actually calling your name, or you hear a phone ringing in your sleep, in your dream, and when you wake up your phone's actually ringing. Like, these things happen all the time. I'm sure most of us have had experiences like that, but somehow they're saying that they found a way to communicate with somebody while they're dreaming, which is dope. This is a very serious one. Five men have tragically had their lives, been retired from life. Let's put it that way. 5 men have been retired from life, under very serious circumstances. So apparently in Mozambique, bald men are being killed because a rumor is spreading in Mozambique that bald men have gold in their head. Hey, I'm gonna have to take off my hat for this one. Still, get me? Bald men have gold in their heads, maybe in their skull or something, and they're getting murked in Mozambique. So I'm just saying, certain man, Southside, all you man, big up Southside, big up all the baldies. Don't go to Mozambique right now, or wear a wig, or go to Turkey and go to Mozambique via Turkey after you got your hair transplant, because bald man is getting licked down. Apparently, you know, baldness is like a sign of richness, it's a sign of wealth, and there's some witch doctors or native doctors that are spreading the rumor. The rumor is that it's to do with black magic and people's heads getting chopped off. You get me? Because apparently there's a rumor there's gold in your skull. Mad. I'm not gonna lie. It's never been a worse time to be bald in Africa. I can't relate to the panic that you lot must be feeling, you know? But I'm just saying, just take your time. Yeah, if anyone's around the Mozambique area, wear a hat. Keep your hat on. Keep your baseball caps on. Wear your wigs and your toupees. Fling on the waist a lace front. Does it even apply to gal? Is it just bald men? What about bald women? I know a couple. I know a couple. But yeah. And that's it, man. It's just been a fun one, really. Do you know what I mean? Bald people, robots, plane crashes again. What else have we been chatting about? There's been a couple mad stories. All right, yeah. So, let me just give a shout out. First of all, big up all my Patreon subscribers. Some new content's going to be out in the next 2 weeks, right? I've just been busy trying to prep other things, but I'm definitely now ready to deliver more Patreon exclusives. So please, everyone that's been on the Patreon holding on, there's hours and hours and hours of footage on there that is not available anywhere else. So please make sure you utilize and watch all of the content that's on there, and new content's gonna be on there for everyone that's watched it all. But big up the Patreon gang. I have to big you lot up each and every time. I have to put this in the beginning of the show because Patreon has to get big up. Secondly, I want to big up the comment section. Comment section under the videos is popping off. It's doing well. I encourage you lot all to just like keep commenting, interact with each other, hit the like button, share this thing. But let me read out a couple comments from the last video, just to give a little shout out to the people them. First and foremost, I want to big up Mrs. Sarah. Big up Mrs. Sarah. She says, the creativity, attention to detail is chef's kiss. Big up Jedi and keep this unique creative content coming. Thank you so much, Mrs. Sarah. Awaiting Wisdom says, loving the format, bro. Nice editing too. Fire emoji. Salute to you, man. Thank you, man. I'm getting a lot of good reviews and you know, reactions to this little section here and to the podcast Speakonomics. Make sure you check out Speakonomics. New episodes every Thursday, 7:30. Be there or be square. Make sure you catch up, watch everything that's going on. We just released the Portugal-Jamaica-Nomics. Yeah, Portugal, Jamaica, and Nigeria. Big up man like Southside and big up Shelly Shebs who accompanied me on that podcast. It's like back to back, just laughs and jokes and whatever. It was a good one. It's a nice vibe. You know, that's the home team. This week we got one coming out with Mr. Dirty, Shebs and Southside again, so that's going to be a good one. Make sure you check that one out. And also I'm filming like 2 pods today, so we got content for days coming out, man. So thank you to everyone supporting, man. Rion says big up Jeds, food for thought, all of that. Salute family, big ups to you, man. Trillo Cactus says proud of you, my brother. Yasin Gallis says big up Jez, the show is fire, creativity next level, pure freshness and good energy. Yeah, salute to you, my G. Good aesthetics and content, keep it up, Radar. Suburban Mixes, Suburban MX says, bro, I really love the setup you got going on here. Bringing some of that nature into the studio. Classic name too. My 2 pence. Respect, bro. Stay trill, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, and you stay trill. Big up the whole trill gang in the comment section. There's loads more comments, man. JM says, I don't understand the Stormzy slander. The same people outraged are the same people who eat McDonald's using their Apple iPhones to watch Sky News. Pre yourself before judging people. Right? And that's for the public. Who else we got here? Yeah, we got Chinks Phase. Big up Chinks Phase. Big up Chinks and Kid. Do you know what I mean? He said, dope idea. Keep this up. I'm due to steal this concept. Not even gonna lie. LOL. Big up Chinks, man. That's my brother. And yeah, man. So please leave a comment at the end of this video. It helps the algorithm, helps the interaction, and make sure you like up the show. Follow me, JEDIONLINE, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Twitter, on X. Do you know what I mean? And also follow Triluminati Live on YouTube also. That's my live stream page where I live stream like a couple times a week and whatnot, right? Big ups to you lot. It's been my 2 pence. No long thing. Kind of wrapped it up, man. I can't think of anything else I want to say. That was good, you know? I'm keeping it short and sweet right now because I know I got more news items than the regular show. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, also look out for my review on anime conventions. I was actually gonna add it on here as a section, but someone said I shouldn't. So if it's not on here as a section, it will be like up tomorrow or whatever. I've already posted. Yeah, anime. Tell me your thoughts about anime. What do you think about anime? And let me know if there's anything you want me to cover, if there's any sections you want to see pop up on my 2 pence, if you want to give any advice or tips or suggestions, feel free, man. I'm open. You can inbox me on Instagram, JEDIONLINE _ or leave a comment and I'll get back to you, man. Yeah, and that's really it, man. Big up Maverick on the 1s and 2s. I'll see you lot next week. Make sure you tune in for Speakonomics on Thursday. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.